What if I told you a few fearless racers helped shape the entire world of motorsports just by burning rubber down a straight quarter mile? These aren't just drivers, they're legends, the kind of people who didn't just race fast. They changed the rules, built new machines, and left a legacy on and off the track. They turned small-time drag strips into national stages. They didn't just chase records, they broke them and then rebuilt what was possible. Drag racing, once a fringe underground sport, became mainstream because of their impact. From the smoky burnout box to the finish line, they pushed limits few dared to touch. Their cars were loud, fast, and often dangerous, just like their spirits. And today, we're going to tell their stories. Get ready for a journey through fire, speed, and pure determination. In this video, we're diving into the lives of drag racing's most legendary drivers. You'll meet the icons who set records, the innovators who built the fastest machines, and the fearless racers who inspired millions. We'll explore their biggest wins, their toughest losses, and the moments that made them unforgettable. Whether you're new to drag racing or a longtime fan, you'll leave with a new appreciation for these racing pioneers. We'll answer questions like, who was the first to break 300 mph? Who made drag racing a national sport? These stories are full of heart, adrenaline, and grit, because behind every trophy is a mountain of struggle most people never see. Stick with us to the end. We'll even share a few shocking facts you probably didn't know. And if you love fast cars and faster stories, don't forget to like and subscribe. Now let's fire it up. Let's start with the man known as the father of drag racing, Don Garlits. Nicknamed Big Daddy, Garlits changed the sport forever. In the 1950s and 60s, he was already dominating races, but he didn't stop at just driving. After a violent clutch explosion in 1970 that nearly severed his foot, he had a vision. Instead of giving up, he invented the rear-engine dragster, a design that became the standard for safety. That one move likely saved hundreds of lives. He was the first to run a 200, 250, and 270 mph quarter mile. Garlits wasn't just fast, he was a mechanical genius. His innovations made the sport more professional, more competitive, and far safer. Without Don Garlits, drag racing as we know it wouldn't exist. Next up is a woman who shattered barriers. It's the incredible story of Shirley Muldowney, the trailblazing queen of speed, who not only broke records but shattered barriers in a male-dominated sport. Known as Cha-Cha in her early racing days, she didn't just fight to win, she had to fight to be allowed on the track. Born in 1940 in Schenectady, New York, Shirley's obsession with speed started young. At just 18, she began street racing, and by 22, she was burning rubber on the drag strip in a humble dragster built by her husband. But this wasn't just a hobby, this was destiny. In an era when women were expected to stay in the kitchen, Shirley wanted to own the quarter mile, and while most laughed her off the track, she kept showing up, and she kept winning. In 1965, she became the first woman to receive a license from the National Hot Rod Association, NHRA, to drive a dragster. This was groundbreaking. She then worked her way into the ultra-fast top fuel class where the real beasts roar, and in 1977, she made history. Shirley Muldowney became the first woman to win the NHRA Top Fuel Championship, the highest honor in drag racing. Not once, not twice, but 3 times, in 1977, 1980, and 1982. She didn't just compete with the boys, she dominated them. But legend comes with scars. In 1984, during a qualifying run in Montreal, Shirley's dragster blew a front tire at over 250 mph. The result? A horrifying crash that broke both legs, her pelvis, and hands in multiple places. Many thought she'd never walk again, let alone race. But just 18 months later, she was back behind the wheel. That crash wasn't the end of her career. It was the moment she became a myth. Her return was one of the most iconic comebacks in motorsport history. Shirley's machines were as powerful as her spirit. She started in gas dragsters and worked her way up to top fuel dragsters. His personality, loud, funny, and full of fire, made him a fan favorite. He built John Force Racing, a family-run team that's still dominating today. Force also survived some terrifying crashes and came back stronger each time. He became a mentor to new drivers and a father figure in the sport. If Garlits built the sport, John Force kept it alive. Now let's talk about Don the Snake Prudhomme and Tom the Mongoose McEwen, the rivalry that made drag racing mainstream. Their fierce battles in the 1970s weren't just about speed, they were about showmanship. Prudhomme was a machine, calm, focused, and almost unbeatable. McEwen was wild, unpredictable, and great with fans. Together, they helped drag racing get its first major corporate sponsorship, Mattel's Hot Wheels. That deal put drag racing in toy stores and on TV screens. Kids everywhere were playing with Snake vs. Mongoose cars. They turned the track into a stage and made every race feel like a heavyweight fight. Even people who didn't follow racing knew their names. Their rivalry rivalry brought drag racing to the mainstream. Eddie Hill made history by doing something no one had ever done, a 4-second pass. In 1988, he became the first driver to officially break the 5-second barrier in NHRA Top Fuel. That moment shocked the drag racing world. People said it couldn't be done, but Hill proved them wrong. He was known as forefather of the 4-second club. Eddie also had one of the longest careers in drag racing and spanning 4 decades. What made him special was his consistency and fearlessness. His record-breaking runs pushed technology forward and forced everyone to step up. He may not be as flashy as others, but real fans know his name. He proved that records are meant to be broken. Daryl Gwynn was one of the brightest young stars. In the 1980s, he was fast, skilled, and a serious contender for multiple championships. But tragedy struck in 1990 during a demonstration run in England. A horrific crash left him paralyzed from the chest down. His driving career was over, but his story didn't end. Daryl turned his pain into purpose by launching the Daryl Gwynn Foundation, helping others with spinal injuries. He remained involved in racing, managing teams, and mentoring young drivers. Fans never forgot his talent or bravery. Gwynn showed that a true legend fights even after the car stops. His legacy goes far beyond the track. So what made these legends stand out from the rest? It wasn't just speed. It was vision, resilience, and timing. They weren't afraid to crash, fail, or start over. They took the hits, both literal and emotional, and kept moving forward. Many faced doubt, danger, or near death, but they kept racing. They brought innovations that made racing safer and more exciting. They attracted fans, sponsors, and media attention, helping the sport grow. They broke barriers of gender, age, and technology, and most importantly, they inspired others to follow the same path. Without these legends, drag racing might have stayed in the shadows. Drag racing isn't just about who gets to the finish line first. It's about the stories, the sacrifices, and the legends who paved the way. From Don Garlitz's inventions to Shirley's fearless drive, from John Force's personality to Daryl Gwynn's courage, each racer added something to the sport's DNA, and they continue to influence today's racers and fans alike. So the next time you hear an engine roar down a drag strip, remember, you're hearing history in motion. These legends didn't just race, they built a legacy. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this, hit that like button and subscribe for more stories from the racing world. Let us know in the comments, who's your favorite drag racing legend? We'll see you in the next gear.